What's going on, stream? Sorry we don't have Joe's face. I'll put a little picture of Joe right down here in the bottom so y'all can see him right there. So you can hear him debate.
How we gonna do it?
Okay, because we are here. We are streaming live, all right, on Twitch, but we're going to record this and post it on... hey, you know what, Joe, you could do? You could record yourself right now and then send it to me. That'd be too long of a video to send to me?
You know what? We'll just go ahead and do this.
Okay. I mean, if you want people to see your face, I mean, I don't know why that probably won't do nothing for our viewership. So, anyway, we are in our Blockbuster. Okay, so if you've been on our channel, it's Blockbuster Battle is the name of our channel. And usually we've been doing top 10 lists. And I beat Joe pretty bad the last time, so he don't even want to do top 10s no more. So
no,
that's not true. We're going to do some more.
Because people don't know horror. People don't know horror genre.
Don't insult our fans, okay? All right, don't insult our fans.
Insult all of our fans. They don't know what they're talking about, but go ahead.
I mean, there was 3 people, I believe, that voted for you.
There was more than 3.
Okay, 4. Anyway, so today we're doing something a little different, doing Blockbuster Battle, a real one, okay? And so we got 3 topics where we're going to debate those topics, and we're going to just hit it up head to head, talk about them. You can weigh in with which one you would pick, but what we want you to judge on is the argument, okay? So Brian's here today. He's going to be our guest judge. So we're just throwing this on him right now. He didn't know it till right this moment, okay? So, Brian, you're not listening.
Can I say something? Hold up,
wait a second, Brian. You're not listening you're not choosing on what you would pick. You're listening to the argument and saying, okay, who won the debate, okay?
That's all well and good, Court. We're still going to post these 3 arguments, and at the same time, it depends on what you like. And how dare you say we're just going to judge on the argument, which is fine. We can't judge on that.
We're judging the argument, not the...
Everybody got their own point. Because you know that you're going to lose to our... You know that our viewers are going to win,
but what I want them to do is listen to the argument and see. Because, you know, what happens is a lot of times we have these preconceived notions, okay? Especially in this country that we live in. And you need to listen to the arguments and see...
It's called the Freedom of Speech First Amendment set down by our founding fathers. People are allowed to have opinions. But let's go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you should listen to both opinions before you make a judgment, okay?
People are also allowed to have their own opinions. Let's go.
I mean, who am I debating here? LeBron James? Is this what I'm talking about? I mean, you don't get no opinion.
You're debating the constitutionalists.
Okay. Anyway, listen here. Ted Cruz, calm down. All right. So our first question that we're going to be debating, this one came from our special guest judge, Brian. Okay, and it's our bargain bin question. So I'll try to put 2 pictures up of the bargain bin. So if you know what the bargain bin is, if you've ever been to Walmart, you know they got that big bin in the middle of the aisle that's got DVDs for $5. And what would you pick if you go to that bin and you see these 2 movies? Which one would you pick? And the choices were Major Payne and Son-in-Law. I chose Son-in-Law. Joe chose Major Payne. Now, Joe, would you like to talk about your movie first, or do you want me to talk about my movie first? It's up to you.
Talk about your movie first. I'll give you that because you're going to lose this one, but go ahead.
Okay, well, let's talk about Major Payne. This is a great movie. I mean, no. No, it's not. Major Payne is a great movie. I will say that. Major Payne is a great movie. I watched it a lot when I was younger. But the better movie, if I'm buying one, is Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore. Okay, this is a movie about a small town girl who lived in this sheltered life, and she's never been out of her little country town. Probably some of y'all know people like this, okay? And she goes off to college, and when she's at college, she meets this crazy character who's played by Pauly Shore. His name's Crawl, okay? That's what they call him, and he is wild. He's flamboyant. He's probably a little metrosexual. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, he comes back to she's got a boyfriend at the time, and they're supposed to be engaged, and she's scared he's going to ask her. Anyway, so she brings Pauly Shore back home with her to kind of cover up, to keep that from happening, so she don't have to go back into that relationship. And what happens along the way is that her family falls in love with Crawl because he's just such a good guy and so likable and lovable. And this is a great movie. It talks about how the people that sometimes we look as outcasts and people that society says that they're the bad guys because they're different, they actually might be the good guys, and the ones that we think are good, are the bad guys. Great movie, funny movie, teach you a lot of nice life lessons, and it's good. Better than Major Payne. Go ahead, talk about Major Payne. Came out in 1993, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Well, as y'all have seen, our viewers, Corey has tried everything in his power to say that this is based on an argument and not on your picks. Because if it was based on your picks, all three of these choices, not just this one, would be no contest.
Nobody's picking
let's just go ahead and
nobody's picking this.
Okay. Anyways, a personal favorite of many people in this region, at least, people that I've grown up with, is Major Payne. And let me tell you this, because Damon Wayans, I can't even say his last name, Wayans, is just hilarious in this movie. To be the Army hero that he is, to come in and be recruited to run this discipline camp, if you will, and what he teaches these children through everything else, and even his title, Major Payne, what he teaches these kids and everything else, becoming a father figure, the little romanticized moments within this movie. I'll just say this, that Major Payne, I mean, the scenes, everybody can quote different scenes with these. I mean, it doesn't compare to Son-in-Law. Another thing to look at is, you get snore, are you watching, Corey? Son-in-Law's in the 20s on Rotten Tomatoes with an 81% viewership on the audience scale. Major Payne doesn't score much higher. He's only in the 33, but 92% of the audience like this movie. It's a fun family movie. It's better than Son-in-Law. If you sat down between the two, you'd watch Major Payne every single time. Your kids would laugh more. That is what it is. Major Payne is the better pick. I don't even have to argue or beat Corey's argument on this, because if you've seen both movies, it's no contest.
Now listen, Major Payne does have some quotable moments, okay? And you are, Joe, I understand why you would like this movie, because you are a maggot, okay? And okay. And I can see how you would like this right here, and you know, the little part where he's going to break the little boy's finger, you know, okay, whatever, okay? It does have some quotable lines, but if you're going to sit down and watch a movie, TBS has got Son-in-Law on, TNT's got on Major Payne. I'm watching Son-in-Law every time. Every time. Picking it because it's just funny. It's a better story. Major Payne, what really happens at the end? The man don't really have no character arc. He's just mean the whole time. The kids, they grow, but Major Payne don't grow. He's the same tailhole the whole time.
Look at this, y'all. Corey is so desperate to make you want to like his movie that he's attacking my movie, even though at the start of the stream he said it was the better movie.
I did not say it was a better movie. I said it's a great movie. But a greater movie is Son-in-Law, okay? Both of these are classics. 1995 was when this would come out. I was almost 10 years old, okay, probably when I watched Major Payne for the first time. And it is, you know, it's funny. It's got some parts that probably wouldn't fly today in today's world, because you can't pick on people anymore, so, or characterize people by their flaws. So anyway, that's argument number one. Tell us which one you would rather watch, Son-in-Law or Major Payne.
Brian,
you want to weigh in? Yep, Brian, go ahead, weigh in.
I just want to say that both of them are great movies. But definitely Son-in-Law is 100 times better. There's so many more funnier parts in Son-in-Law than there are in Major Payne.
There are. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you cannot get any funnier than a city slicker coming to the hickest place in the world and putting on a pair of chaps with a bare naked butt and come walking out of a dressing room, okay? Or sitting down with a log and a stick and saying, maybe I can whittle wood with you sometime, cool buddy. I mean, it just don't get any funnier than that.
And watching him trying to do some of the chores and stuff, it is hilarious.
Yeah. It is a better movie, I agree, but both of your arguments were great, so...
Okay, so anyways, moving on to argument number two. Now, I will say, this is Joe's argument, or he picked this category, okay? So what we're going to do when we do this is that we do one that is picked by a fan or a fellow cast member. I don't know what you call Brian. a friend, okay? And then me and Joe picked one apiece, okay? So Joe picked this one, and it is the category of what is the best Nicholas Sparks movie. So go ahead, Joe. I'll open up the last one. You tell them what yours is, and then I'll go next.
Oh, no. I'll go ahead and tell you. Best Nicholas Sparks movie. Okay, in the cinema world, we were introduced to The Notebook first. And, oh, my God, it's so perfect. Oh, Allie and Noah, yada, 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 yada. Well, then we were actually introduced to some real movies that could possibly happen in real life. Okay? And the best one, especially since we are North Carolinians, and, by the way, Nicholas Sparks is a North... Oh, now, Corey, let me talk.
I'm sorry, but I'm just laughing. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me talk. Nicholas Sparks is a North Carolinian. He's from New Bern, and he chose to put The Notebook down in South Carolina. Don't know why, but let me tell you what he did do right. In the movie Safe Haven, he put it in Southport, North Carolina, a wonderful city, a wonderful little small-town USA city that is just demonstrated in this movie. Right, with Josh Duhamel and Kelly Pickler. It was a fantastic movie. Just a great 4th of July movie. If you still go down there and eat at Fishy Fishy, you can walk along the boardwalk, see the houses that were used into the scenes and everything else. The story arc seems somewhat real, beat otherwise The Notebook. You know, for all of you romantic idiots that just are like, oh my God, this is the perfect love story ever. Let's just throw our boat into the rain and loved you forever. Yeah, that doesn't happen, people. And the reason that people think it happens is why people keep getting divorces now. They're like, oh, let me go back to my ex because they're going to row a boat for me in the rain. But anyways.
Is that it? Is that your argument?
No, it's not. No. I was just going to go ahead and attack you on that end.
Oh, well, let me introduce mine first, and then you can attack me. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, that's fine. It's what you did last time. But
okay.
Safe Haven, on the last pick, Safe Haven, y'all, is a true film based in North Carolina on the coast that is near and dear to every North Carolinian's heart. Josh Duhamel is just a fantastic role-play actor in this, supporting cast actor. Kelly Pickler, everything else. You know, it's just wonderful. Go listen to Kelly Pickler music, watch Safe Haven, go down to Southport and eat, enjoy the movie, or you can watch Notebook and just be like, oh, this is what happens, and then get a divorce. It is what it is.
Okay, let me tear apart your argument here for a few reasons, okay? One, The Notebook, you said that he wrote it, he put it in South Carolina. Well, that's actually incorrect. It actually takes place in the book in New Bern, and the film takes place in Charleston. It's Seabrook.
Corey, we're debating the movies.
I know, but you said you blamed it on Nicholas Sparks, okay? So it's not Nicholas Sparks. This was moved by the...
He produced in the movie. Go look at the movie. He produced in the movie.
But he wrote it in New Bern, and they put it there, okay? Secondly,
Corey, he produced the movie, and we're debating movies, not books. Let's just go and get that out of here.
Secondly, okay? Kelly Pickler's not in this movie that you talked about, okay? Kelly Pickler is a great singer, okay? But Julianne Hough is a terrible actress, okay? You don't even know who it is. That's because that's how forgettable this movie is. Okay, and then let's talk about a third thing, okay? You talked about this, where they get caught in the rain in a boat. That crap don't happen. It happens in your movie! In your movie, they go out canoeing, and they get caught in the rain, just like they do in The Notebook.
They don't go back in and have adulterous sex,
yeah,
okay?
Oh my gosh,
they don't go back in there
they
and have adulterous sex.
Yes,
They're not married at the time. The difference is that she's engaged. The other woman's married to an abusive man that she's left.
Let me close my door so I don't wake my wife up. Okay, second. Okay, let's talk about the fourth point. Okay, that you said this one seems more realistic. That someone would walk around with their dead, their boyfriend's dead wife. And that would be their best friend, and the only friend they make in the town is their boyfriend's dead wife, and the one that gives them advice and watches over them this whole time is their dead...
Boy, are you saying that spirits don't exist?
I'm saying they don't walk around with you like they do in this movie, okay? And then let's talk about the fifth thing. The fifth thing, okay? This is okay. Now this might be your favorite movie, and you can relate to it because here we have a drunken cop who abuses his power
God.
and puts out a PPA on his woman so that he can hunt her down. Now, come on now, this don't happen, does it, Joe? Is this realistic?
You know what? Don't laugh. I'm not going to honor that with a response, Corey, because first of all, attacking my profession is just in poor taste.
Hey, well, listen, this is your movie that you want, and it is brought up.
You got the fact of misquoting who the actress was. You got me on that one. But I will go and tell you
and the boat rain scene. Okay, you said that don't happen. It happens in your movie. But anyway, let me talk about my movie. Okay, my movie is The Notebook. But let me just, before I even talk about The Notebook, if I was picking the best Nicholas Sparks movie, I'm not even putting Safe Haven #2, okay? That would be a Walk to Remember, which, by the way, again, another argument that you got wrong. You said we were introduced to Nicholas Sparks and love stories through The Notebook. No, actually, 2 years before that, A Walk to Remember came out with Mandy Moore, which is also a great Nicholas Sparks movie, better than Safe Haven. But the best Nicholas Sparks movie is, without a question, The Notebook, okay? It's a love story about a man who comes from nothing, who works his tail off to get this girl, but family circumstances and the pressures of her family, she winds up marrying this guy that she thought she was supposed to marry, but her heart really weren't in it. So he just keeps on plugging away. He buys their dream house. He spends every dollar he's got. He's got to build it up. And wouldn't you know it, fate brings them back together. Just like love always wins in the end, and they get to come back together. And then just to top it all off, that twist at the end that you think, you've seen it all. This was a great love story. This is an awesome deal. And you find out that he still loves her so much that he tells her that story because she has dementia every day of her life. Just so for just a glimpse of a second, she can remember that they have each other. And then it ends with them dying together. What a sweet, loving story that we can all aspire to be.
We can aspire to it, but like 95%, 9% of us won't. Anyways, Corey, you married your high school sweetheart, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. My high school sweetheart dumped me when I asked her to be my wife, and then I said I wanted to go to college. And so many other people that wait on their true love, that devote themselves. Oh, that's fine. You know what? You can say whatever. Pour my heart out here. You want to talk about Nicholas Sparks movie? I'll talk about this. No, I poured my heart out to many of a woman and waited on many of a woman, playing the Brad Paisley song, waiting on the bench. And you know what? I'm a skeleton now because they never came back. All right? So just let me go ahead and tell you.
Well, Joe, let me tell you. Let me just tell you.
I know one that will.
Yeah, I bet I do too. Hey, let me tell you, Joe. See, The Notebook, it should give you the hope. See, how long did he have to wait? How long? Your high school sweetheart, it might just be one boat ride in the rain before y'all are back together again.
Last time I checked, Ryan Gosling was still hot with a beard and young. I'll be waiting until I'm 60 and they'll come down in a wheelchair.
You're screwed on that deal if you're waiting to be hot and with a beard. Anyway, listen,
Daddy.
Not only did I pick the better movie, but I think I annihilated your argument because you got so many facts wrong. Okay, Joe, you got the actress wrong.
The main ones I got the actress.
You talked about it being more realistic. We're talking about a make-believe person that walks around with him.
It is more realistic.
A cop who sends out a PBA.
Corey, are you not? Hold on, Corey. Are you not a preacher? Okay, and you're going to talk about people and people.
I'm telling you right now. When people leave here, let me tell you something, okay? When people die, they go to heaven or they go to hell, okay? They do not come around and walk on the streets with us, all right? That ain't what happens, all right? That's not what happens.
So there's no such thing as ghosts or spirits or anybody being with us.
There's the Holy Spirit. That's the only spirit you need, absolutely.
So, okay. So there is nothing about loved ones watching over you or anything like that?
That's man-made stuff right there. Now, I will tell you this. There are holes in the floor of heaven. That's a country song.
My Lord.
No, that's angels maybe walk. Angels will. You got guardian angels and stuff, but those are angels. There ain't spirits walking around of people lost loved ones. Okay, no, they're either in heaven or hell. Hopefully they're in heaven, but that's the deal. Demons and angels, but no spirits. All right. You got anything else you want to falsely attribute to your movie?
Look, the only thing that I falsely attributed was the actress, okay? So,
what about the boat ride, Joe? Movie. There was definitely a boat ride in your movie where they got caught in the rain.
And then adulterous sex afterwards?
Yeah, I would say so, because his wife was walking around as her best friend, and that's even worse. She betrayed her best friend. So, anyway, there you go. That's the arguments on that one. Tell us which one you think. Whether you like The Notebook or Safe Haven, or matter of fact, maybe it's not even one. Maybe your favorite is Dear John, or one of them Knights and Rodantha, or something like that. Some other crappy one, or A Walk to Remember. That's a good one too. That would have been my number 2 choice, but mainly for Mandy Moore. But anyway, so Brian, weigh in on that one if you would, please, sir.
Oh boy, I would have to say that yeah, Corey, you're
this argument would win because I misquoted.
Your argument was much better.
It was. I'll even give him that one.
As far as the movie stuff goes, I'll be 150% honest with you. I've never watched any of those movies, and I never plan to. And I just think it is hilarious.
I knew that's what he was gonna say.
And I think it is hilarious that y'all have argued like 27-year-old white girls over these movies. Like, it's just so funny. And I've just been sitting here dying laughing with y'all. I would like
to point out, Judge, that even though I got some facts wrong, that Corey started comparing to the books, and this is a movie argument, not a book argument.
I did hear that, but I do feel like that point was valid, Joe. I do feel like that point was valid because
the point was valid that he brought up the
movie. If he wrote that in the movie and then
he produced the movie. He
was an executive producer. No. He was an executive producer.
Was.
That just means he gets paid. That means he wrote the book. Okay.
Okay.
They just signed their name to it. He don't have any say over that.
He's involved in it. Go back and watch it. Watch the commentary.
But anyway,
he's in the commentary.
Like I said, I've never watched any Nicholas Sparks movies. Don't plan to. But I will say that Corey, your argument won on that one. So.
Thank you. And that weren't even I didn't even pick that category, folks. So you can only imagine what's going to happen in this next category. So it's going to be good stuff. Okay, y'all. Are y'all ready for it? Are y'all ready for the question of the week? The battle that's really going to matter. And I'm going to be honest with you. This was a tough one. And it's going to be harder for some of you, okay, than it is for others. But
it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be harder for any of them. You might get like 3 votes for this.
Nah, I guarantee you there's going to... Now, what I will tell you on this one right here, there's going to be a sharp divide from 1987, maybe, no, 86, 87, and,
look at this.
older.
Corey's having to justify the years.
Are going to be one way, and everybody younger than that's going to be the other way. Okay, that's probably what is going to happen. But the correct answer to this question, first let me give you what the question is. You can only pick one: the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers. Okay, that's your 2 choices: the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers. And I chose the greatest. Already in the chat, somebody's already put hands down Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, okay? And that's what I chose.
You're going to mention who this was?
Venus. She said it's not even worth debating. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are better. They're the better franchise. They have the better history. But what we're talking about here is movies, right? And out of all of these movies, the Ninja Turtles have the best movie, the original Ninja Turtles that came out.
Oh, no, you just put things in our mouth here. No.
What?
We talked about the better. No, talked about the better movie with the first choice and second choice, but we never said that movies.
This is a movie show.
These two.
Hold on.
No, we did not.
No. Let me say something. You are correct, Joe. And
thank you.
If that's the case, then my opinion changes as well.
It's not the case. It's not the case, though, because we talked about this many times, and we said that the movie. No, we did, Corey. We did. We said that the first and second choice. It's the whole franchise, the whole thing.
Okay, you can choose the whole franchise if you want to. It still don't change my opinion. But if we're talking movies,
that's fine. We're
Then it's
not.
hands down.
We're not.
Well, let's break it down then. Let's break it down. Let's say movies. Who wins that battle? Ninja Turtles. Okay, we're talking books.
The whole franchise.
Power Rangers don't even have comic books. Okay, maybe
yes they do. Yes they do. Corey.
Aftermarket comic books.
It is not aftermarket.
They didn't originate from the comic books. That was no. Okay.
Yes, you know the truth. Oh my God.
All right. We're talking about video games. We're talking about video games.
No,
Ninja Turtles, hands down. They got the best video games ever in the world. Matter of fact, I got an arcade Ninja Turtle game sitting in my office right now. Okay, you go to Walmart, you want a Power Rangers game. They don't have those because they're garbage. Okay, let's see. We're talking about Ninja Turtles in animation cartoons. Okay, hands down, the best animated cartoon of all time is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're talking about a sense of family,
that's a
leader,
totally separate argument.
Adoption. I mean, this had this father figure in the Rat, Splinter. Okay, you're talking about iconic characters. You can name a Ninja Turtle. Everybody knows the name of the Ninja Turtles. Okay, we talk about.
Don't.
Yes, they do. Okay, yes, they do.
All
Everybody
right,
say name some Ninja Turtles. Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael, and Donatello. Splinter is the leader. Even their secondary characters. Okay, you got April O'Neil and Casey Jones. Let's talk about villains for a minute. All right, let's talk about the villains. Who are the villains of the Power Rangers? They have a new one every single daggone week. It's some little piece of clay that they blow up and they make it big, and then they turn it off.
Monsters.
And then
you don't know what you're talking about.
You got little Rita up there who never really fights. She just sends down the little clay monsters. Okay,
but when
we talk about superheroes, I mean super villains, who do you think about? The Shredder and his Foot Clan. You think about Krang and Beat Bop and Rocksteady. You think about all those great villains, okay? That is it. That is the Ninja Turtle franchise. The Ninja Turtles have been around since I was a little kid. They keep coming out with new stuff all the time. It's not just the same old thing over and over rehashed. It is the Ninja Turtles. I've seen them in concert. I've watched their movies. I've seen them on TV. I got the DVDs, the video games. It's all Ninja Turtle action figures. I mean, golly, it's great. And then the best thing about Ninja Turtles is it's uniquely American. It's not no Japanese ripoff. Go ahead, Joe.
Are you sure you're done with all your disinformation?
I'm sure. Now let's hear what you got to say about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
First of all, it's the Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin is first season that we were introduced to as kids. But
the only good season. The only good season.
Huh?
The only good season was the first one.
So, like the last argument, everybody, that Corey did have some good points that I was incorrect on. Corey just had so many different points that he was incorrect on that I don't know where to start. So let me just start with the fact of Ninja Turtles. We all watched them as kids. You know, if you were born anywhere in the 80s or 90s or even 2000s, you could have been introduced to them. Same with the Power Rangers. I mean, both, as far as I know, still have new seasons coming out. When I say as far as I know the Power Rangers still have new seasons coming out every year. But to take it back to Power Rangers, Corey tried to say that this was just about movies, and it was not, because when we originally did this. The original debate was on choice one. It was between two movies. Choice two, it was between what the best movie was. Choice three was what is better, the Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers. And that's all inclusive. That's all inclusive to the brand name, the franchises, everything else. Corey just made his total just argument for the Turtles, so I'm not even going to step on them. I mean, they're a great, group, superhero group, everything else not taken away from them. I'd rank so many things ahead of them. But Power Rangers literally are so much better than them. Power Rangers for me, and let me go and say this, since Corey wanted to degrade my profession as a police officer in the last question and try and make fun of it, Power Rangers are fighting against injustice, same as the Ninja Turtles, except they're just in the sewers running around doing whatever. Power Rangers are universal, good versus evil. For me, as a kid, started watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The first two seasons, Mighty Morphin, After that, it goes to Zeo, and then to Turbo, and then to Power Rangers in Space. And those chronicles right there are, all the way, it's a saga just for itself. And that's all the 90s pretty much until the late 90s. And it keeps going. It's still going today, y'all. They've done retro stuff, everything else. But Power Rangers himself, it's good versus evil. It's very simple. It's not no, I don't need your input.
It's very simple. Very, very simple.
Look at Corey trying to downgrade again.
Is anybody still following the Power Rangers? Does anybody just still know what's going on? I'm just asking.
Oh, I can tell you, I do. Okay. I don't watch it anymore. But my point that I'm getting to.
Who are the characters now?
Are you gonna let me talk? Did you not get to talk just for 20 minutes about
you interrupted
turtles?
me the whole time? Okay, you interrupted me the whole time. I'm asking.
I did. I turned my mic off.
Who are the characters?
Corey, I turned my mic off.
After you interrupt me for a while. All right, go ahead.
I turned my mic off.
And don't be looking them up either.
Oh, my God. Anyways, to finish my current point on this is that the Power Rangers are good versus evil. And as a kid, it was what I watched religiously whenever, I had time and everything else. I remember that the first Power Rangers movie, Corey wants to talk about movies, back in the mid-90s, and I don't know what it was. It was somewhere in 95, 96, somewhere in there. But the first scene, them skydiving in, them fighting avenues, it was corny and everything else. It's just as corny as Turtles being trained by a rat in the sewers of New York. But that being said, it's just... I still have a buddy right now, y'all. Let me tell you this. This man is a detective in an adjacent county of me. And what he does all the time is he still goes to Power Rangers, Comic-Cons, conventions, everything else. He sings professional opera, has his own albums, still dresses up all the time, loves Power Rangers. And it's an inspiration for him. And honestly, it's an inspiration for me. I have a Red Ranger outfit, the original Red Ranger, Jason. You can laugh all you want to, Corey. Full spandex and everything, Comic-Con worthy. It's awesome. So, it's not even a contest for me. The Power Rangers, some of the movies have fell short. The 2017 movie I refuse to acknowledge because
that was
it was just a POC. No, it was not. It was a POC ploy by...
You talking about the most recent one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the best one out of all of them.
It's trash.
The rest of them suck.
Okay, first of all, the brand new movie didn't stay true to the whole franchise. And Corey wants to talk about there was
nobody knows what staying true to the whole franchise is. People are so lost with that out there. They don't know who they are. Who's the characters now? That's what I'm asking you. Who's the characters now?
Well, we'll get there, Corey. Can I please finish?
Okay, go ahead, finish.
Okay, I swear. Oh man!
Quit looking it up while you're talking.
You can't even talk straight. You can't even talk straight. Anyways, the last one. Hold on. Before I get there on that, this last movie though, honestly, it bombed at the box office and everything else because they took a whole different take than the show did. Corey wanted to talk to the fact of there was no manga or comics or anything else. Well, this all derived from a Japanese show, not of the same name, and I cannot remember it off the top of my head, and I do hate that. But that being said, there is plenty of comics with it.
That came after, They came after.
They did not come after.
Yes, they did. I Googled this before we went. They spun off of the series.
Did you get it off Wikipedia?
No, I got it off of the Power Rangers fan website. That are many comics, but they all came after, just like Star Wars.
There was Japan manga beforehand.
Which is basically Power Rangers. In fact, here's the interesting fact about Power Rangers. You want me to help you out on this? Okay, is that the action scenes in some of the Power Ranger early episodes of the first few seasons are the same ones that they played in Japan. The only thing they did was switch out the English talking spots. That they actually didn't even use original action.
I don't even know. First of all, I don't know why you said want to help me out on that. But let me tell you, with the original couple of characters, y'all, let me just go ahead and say on this point, and I do want to really harp on this because it's important to me as Mighty Morphin. The original 5, with Jason being the Red Ranger, you had Trini as the Yellow Ranger.
Oh, is that
Billy
the one?
is the Blue Ranger.
That's the one I couldn't remember.
Hold on now. Billy is the Blue Ranger, Zach is the Black Ranger, and Kimberly is the Pink Ranger. A couple things to touch on before any other Rangers came into it. Jason, great leader, everything else. You had Trini, who was the original Yellow Ranger, who died in a horrific car crash, who is forever remembered in the community. You had Black, the Zach Ranger, who just had these awesome dance moves at the time and actually ended up going on to be a choreographer. And you had Billy.
Sounds right for a Power Ranger.
For a what?
For a Power Ranger. Sounds right.
Okay. Corey, you want to pick on Black Ranger? That's fine. Anyways, then you had Billy the Blue Ranger, who was played by David Yost, and this is very important. David Yost was the longest running Power Ranger through the series, even stayed on way after Power Rangers in Space concluded. David Yost turned out that he was actually gay, and in the 90s, of course, that was very stigmatic of it, the whole culture. The cast picked on him, everything else. He was ridiculed, everything else. But that being said, he was way ahead of his time for it. He comes out very proud now. David Yost took a strong stand for them. Kimberly, let me go ahead and touch on her because we need to. Kimberly was there was nobody in the Teenage Mutant Turtles that was everybody's first crush, but Kimberly the Pink Ranger was every little boy's first crush. Kimberly was just, Lord have mercy. Then, of course, you have Tommy, who still, I can't even remember his actor's name right now off the top of my head, but he's doing MMA fighting now and doing his own martial art gyms, and he's appeared in the later seasons and everything. You can pick on it all you want to, Corey. That being said, even after all of them, another thing to correct Corey on, if they have a different evil guy every single week, for every season there was a main villain, but they had a different problem to fight every week that dealt with what you might deal with in high school or a young person, teenager's life. It focused on it. It usually always played off of a character's fears or some drama they were going through or something like that. When he talked about building clay figurines or something like that, he's talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But the overall villain stayed the same throughout the seasons. And it came down in, and I still harp on this, through the first 5 seasons, it came down to good versus evil. Good ended up winning with major sacrifice, which is what has to happen. It's a timeless tale. It's a good tale. Mighty Morphin is so much better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not to say I don't like them, but there's no comparison.
Okay, let's go back to, let's talk about some things here, okay? The first 5, I couldn't remember the Yellow Ranger's name, okay? Most people probably couldn't tell you anymore. If I asked most people to name a Power Ranger, they might name Jason, they might name Tommy. Okay, they're not naming them other ones unless they're a real fan. Okay, Brian, could you name all 5 probably? Could you? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Most people can't, but everybody can name the Ninja Turtles. Okay. I show you a red mask, and most Ninja Turtle fans of any generation can tell you, hey, that's Raphael. I show you a red Power Ranger, you're like, okay, what kind of animal's on its thing? Is it a dinosaur or a lion? And you got to figure it all out. But they just kept doing the same thing over and over, switching out the characters, changing the animals. Ninja Turtles have stayed the same, and yet they're still continuing to fight. It's kind of like Batman and the Joker. They still got Shredder. They're still facing the Clan, the Foot. It's easy to remember. They had real villains. Power Rangers, they might have had the same villain every season with Rita or whatever name. She never fought. She sent out them clay figures every week. It was just in the spot. Throw them away. Pick out somebody else. You couldn't remember those people. You remember the Foot Soldiers. You remember, and even some of the secondary villains for the Ninja Turtles. Okay, you talk about the Swamp King or the Sewer King, whatever his name is, with all the rats, okay? You remember stuff like that. They were weird. They freak you out, okay? They were cool, the Ninja Turtles. I don't remember anything past Mighty Morphin. The movies, all their movies bombed, okay? The highest one they had was like $52,000 in the box office. The Ninja Turtles, the last two movies they had weren't the best, okay? The first one was the best, but the last two they had with Michael Bay, both of them made over $150 million, okay? They were huge successes in the box office. And that's probably why they made a second one, even though the first movie wasn't that good, because of how much money they make. Power Rangers have never been good in the box office because they're really just not that good. They're a format, whatever I'm trying to say, a formula that they followed on a TV show for 30 minutes. So if you try to go an hour and a half in Power Rangers, you might as well just turn it off because you're not getting anything out of it. And here's even the 30-minute show. What happened? I could give you the show every week. This is what happened. Okay, the teenagers, they're having a life struggle. Somebody got to see it. Oh, man, they're all upset about their insecurities. Here comes a guy. They come fight him, and they fight those little clay figures in their regular human clothes. Oh, no, they're a little tougher than we thought. Let's morphin' time. They morph into Power Rangers. They fight the guy. They get him. He's just about beat.
Corey,
oh, no, let's make him bigger.
You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself.
Now we're going to make him bigger, and let's call on our animatronics and our robot that moves like that's stiff. That's every week. It was the exact same thing. The exact same thing every week.
And it was awesome every single week. It was awesome every single week.
No, it was like the Dukes of Hazzard. You know, the Dukes of Hazzard was a great show, okay?
My God, Corey, quit digging yourself in a hole.
Hold on.
Quit digging yourself in a hole. Quit digging yourself in a hole.
Don't even go
ahead, Judge.
The Dukes of Hazzard. The Dukes of Hazzard was the greatest show on TV until when? They got rid of Bo and Luke Duke, okay? And they put in Coy and whatever his name was. And then when Bo and Luke finally came back...
Hold on,
listen.
He was saying it was the same thing.
If you let me finish, you ought to see why I'm telling you, okay?
Corey, are we going to let you talk till the sun comes up? Because that's all we're doing.
Joe, we just let you mutter around for 2 hours talking about the boring nuances of 20 years of Power Rangers that nobody gives a flip about. All people care about is the first one, okay? The Turtles people care about, okay? That's why $150 million was made last month. Anyway, let me finish my point about Dukes of Hazzard.
We'll see what social media says.
Dukes of Hazzard, okay? Great show, would have ran forever until they cut out Bo and Luke Duke. And then when Bo and Luke Duke finally did come back, you know what they did? They switched to minifigs. And so they didn't do real stunts anymore. So if you watch the later seasons of Dukes of Hazzard, you see them hitting light poles and stuff, and you know what it is? It's little toy cars falling off stuff, and that's what Power Rangers look. If you go back and watch an episode of Power Rangers right now, okay, that's what you look at and you see. It looks like there's two kids playing the game on that final bite. The martial arts part where they're fighting in real life. Now that was pretty cool.
That's what I feel like I'm listening to. That's what I feel like I'm listening to as a little kid right now.
But the end, it looks like two little kids fighting with little figures on a play mat, and somebody recorded it. That's garbage. Ninja Turtles,
can we hear from
that
our
first
judge
movie and that quality, absolutely best. Ninja Turtles, better franchise, hands down. Better games, better characters, better villains, better movies, better show.
All right, good. Corey's reiterated what he said earlier.
There you
Corey
go.
got to go twice. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, is it my turn to talk?
Yeah, yes, your turn to talk.
Thank God, yes.
Thank the Lord. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Lord.
All right. So both of you have pretty decent arguments about the whole ordeal. As far as your arguments go, they're about the same. I heard rah rah and rah rah. That's what I heard. I mean, it's pretty much even. Okay. As far as the franchise and the show, the Power Rangers. No, let me start with the Ninja Turtles. Okay, let me start with them. Okay. Whenever I was little, whenever I was younger, I watched the Ninja Turtles. I watched them all the time. I liked them. I had their toys. I like I said, I watched the old movie. I watched all kinds of stuff. I mean, I love the Ninja Turtles. Okay. But the Power Rangers, I love the Power Rangers. Okay.
Thank you, Brian.
Like beyond the Ninja Turtles. Okay. And Like I said,
that's what
I'm not trying to take anything away from. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Ninja Turtles because I think they're great. I really do. I love their movies, all that. Okay, but as far as the show, the Power Rangers, as far as the show goes, now their movies, I will have to say, the movies are a little whack. Okay, the 2017 one, I watched.
It doesn't even count.
No, it don't really count. It was whack.
It was the best one out of the deal.
They didn't even stay true to it.
That was the best one out of the deal. The best one. What's the origin story of the Power Rangers?
But
go ahead, Brian. This is Brian's turn to talk.
That's because nobody.
I do. Good.
Whenever I was young, I watched the Power Rangers every week, all the time. That's the only action figure toys I played with for a long time. That's what I had. I played with it. I'd run around and kick the couch, and I thought I was, awesome because the Power. I mean, I'm being serious. That's what I did because, and I really feel like that the Power Rangers taught me a lot about, about life. I really do. Ninja Turtles didn't teach me anything. Nothing came from.
They didn't teach you about family, Bo. That you could be there. There's different in family. That you have a.
The Power Rangers taught you about family.
You had a family that comes with all kinds of diverse stuff.
Let Corey talk, and then we'll talk.
You got all diverse stuff. You got Donatello, he's smart. You got Leonardo, he's a leader. Okay, you got Raphael, he's got an attitude. And Michelangelo, you know what he is? A party dude. And you know what the Power Rangers came and did? They went and copied the same thing. They said, let's have a nerd, let's have a black guy, let's have a pretty girl, let's have a leader.
Oh my God, look at this. Brian, look at this. When you, as a true servant of justice, a modern day servant of justice, which is what we are, laugh all you want to, Corey. But I'm saying when you put on that uniform, and I know this because I have a buddy, like I said, that literally he goes to every Comic-Con and everything else, and he's an officer, dresses up all the time as him, sings for things with the Power Rangers and everything else, and he's huge into anime. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, anything that is. But when you put on your uniform, who do you feel more like as a modern day thing? Half the time
I feel like
don't
feel like a turtle.
I don't feel. Yeah, well that's exactly right, Corey. That's my point.
I hope you don't feel like a turtle.
100%.
A Power Ranger when you go to.
100%.
If I put it on and felt like a turtle, I'd feel like a fool.
We're modern day Power Rangers. Corey just said
actually, more like Batman, but
that would be better.
That's not part of the argument either.
But between these two arguments,
I mean, that's a dumb argument, Joe. Which one do you feel more like? A Ninja Turtle? Do you feel like you got a shell on and you're going to eat a bunch of pizza?
It's not a dumb argument.
That is dumb. That is
First of all, I love pizza. It's not a dumb argument. Corey doesn't know because that ain't your job, Corey. It's ours.
I once served as a security guard for a for a fireworks stand.
Corey, don't.
And that ain't much different than working in E-Town.
Don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass yourself.
You hear me? It ain't much work than different work in E-Town.
You hear that, Joe? Keep talking. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I know what you're going for.
Yeah, I know. I don't go to E-Town. But no, I listen. If you want to talk about which one you feel more like, I mean, my God, I would say I hope you feel more like a Power Ranger than you do a Ninja Turtle. I mean, a Ninja Turtle's different. But let's break it down, Brian. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, he said it was not just movies, and it's not just the animated show. So let's just who had the you say that the Power Rangers had a better animated show. You say that, right? Or a better show? Not animators weren't animated. Yeah. They had a better TV show. Okay? Who had a better movies? Who had better movies?
I know what he's trying to do.
Corey. No. He's trying to bring
out better movies.
Corey, thank you. That's all.
Who had better? Somebody asked me who had better movies.
He doesn't have to because that wasn't the argument, Corey.
I'm asking you a question. I'm just asking you a question.
Corey,
if
your argument not the argument.
Okay, so you know
well, you
Ninja Turtles had Ninja Turtles had Ninja Turtles had better movies. Okay,
who had better characters? Don't give it to him, Brian. Don't let him press
Ninja Turtles.
He's being like a liberal right now.
Who had better villains? Who had better villains?
That's what it is.
Ninja Turtles. Okay.
He's being a Biden right now.
Oh my God! No, that's you got one thing. You got one thing. Okay, and that's all that you're gonna hang your whole deal on. Okay.
Oh, I don't
we had a better animated series.
We break down this. We break down these 3 questions. Brian agreed with you on the first one. He said he hadn't seen the second one, so he couldn't. No, Brian
he said he agreed with me on the argument. He said I slayed you in the argument. Go back and watch it.
All right, fine, Corey. You slayed me in the argument.
You even admitted that one. You even admitted that one.
Brian, you know what we need to do? We need to get Corey a gold sticker on the board that we have to work.
Thank
you. Just be out there having a gold sticker.
This is what I have to say about tonight's argument, okay? Corey, you did win the first 2, but Joe beat you so bad on the last one.
Oh, whatever, Brian. Whatever, Brian. You just like the darn Power Rangers. No.
It's not even close.
Power Rangers are... Listen, if y'all go back and watch Power Rangers for real, turn off your nostalgia glasses.
It doesn't need to be nostalgia. I rewatched it last year.
It's the same show over and over and over.
Corey,
now listen, when I was in 3rd grade, I loved Power Rangers. I loved playing with their toys. But looking back on it, you give me the option again. Go to the Netflix and say both of them's on. Which one am I watching? I'm watching Ninja Turtles every day, all day. Every day, all day. And again,
Corey,
I will remind y'all that this is a movie channel, and movies should weigh the most important.
Look at this. Is
this a movie channel?
Change it later on.
Is this a movie channel?
I'm about to end this right here. I'm about to end this right here because this argument had nothing to do with movies, TV shows, none of that. All it had to do was Power Rangers versus Ninja Turtles. That's it.
Thank you, Brian.
Nothing further.
And we talked about this.
Which one would I get rid of? The Power Rangers.
Well, I mean,
fine, we know that, Corey.
Because if you get rid of the Ninja Turtles, you don't have no Ninja Turtles. You get rid of Power Rangers, you can still watch that Japanese show and we'll get the same thing.
Corey, we didn't see
a bunch of turtles swimming around.
Not mutant turtles that have been trained by Master Splinter.
Corey, you introduced us this whole time to this. So let me end this without taking a side. We do appreciate our viewers tonight.
Yes, we do.
And we do appreciate our judge tonight, Brian, for weighing in impartially between the two of us.
Oh, I don't think he was impartial on that last one.
He did. Okay. Just because he has an opinion. But anyways, that being said, we'd love to have y'all's viewership. This has been a fun battle. We hope that y'all listen in. That being said, the next thing that we're doing is top 10 DiCaprio movies, right, Corey?
Yep, that is correct. That's right. Leonardo DiCaprio, top 10.
Top 10 Leonardo DiCaprio movies. This should be really interesting. I'm curious. I feel like that could go either way. I feel like our viewers are going to have a lot of choices on that. Tomorrow, we will find out on social media. And, Corey, you are more than welcome to share it as well because it's very easy. It's 1, 2, 3, this or that. But I think that we're going to have some
what you should do
responses.
is we should do one at a time. So
no,
listen to why. Listen, Joe, for me it's serious. I'm not doing. You do one and put the link, and let them talk about that for a day, and then put the next one and put the link. Let them talk about that for a day, and then do the next.
You're not going to
three.
You're not going to splice it up 3 ways. Let me go and tell you how this
is going to go down. I'm going to win anyway. It's going to win.
Corey,
they're going to go to me.
Corey, let me go and tell you.
I'm just trying to get us more viewership.
Corey. It's going to go,
this is going to be like your horror movies. It's going to be like your horror movies.
No, it's not. Corey, let me tell you how it's going to go. I'm going to slay you on 1, and I'm going to slay you on 3, and girls that just have this weird thing about the Notebook are going to
no way you slaying me on 1, okay, either. Okay.
All right, right now, Corey, $20 bet that I end up beating you on 1 and 3, and you beat me on 2. I can predict it right now.
No, absolutely. There's no way you're going to do that. I bet 20. I want the whole thing though. I bet $20 I win overall.
$20, your list wins versus mine on the 1, 2, 3.
Overall, yep, I win. I get more people to vote for me.
All right, Brian, you've witnessed it. $20.
$20 on the line. By the way, I already got one vote for me on all 3 categories. Venus.
Okay, good, Corey. Yeah,
Okay,
you got one,
and I got Brian on 1 and 2. I got Brian on 1 and 2. So you got him on 3.
Fine, that's fine.
There you go.
I'll give you that. I'll give you those 2 and just still tell you I'm going to win.
Okay,
so $20. $20.
$20 on it. Y'all heard it here. Hey, I'll buy me a nice meal to eat while I do DiCaprio with Joe's money for our next stream. That sound good? Hey, make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to us. We have a good time debating. Here's the truth of the matter. At the end of the day, we love all these movies. We love all movies. We love all opinions. We go. But we have to argue about it. I do like the Power Rangers.
Any closing comments from our judge, our wonderful special guest?
No, I don't have any closing comments.
Andy Griffin's wonderful.
Hey,
absolutely. I mean, look, if y'all decide one day... If y'all decide one day that you might just want to do some Andy Griffith episodes, then
we need to do
the
best top. We do need to do top 5 Andy Griffith episodes because I would love to do that.
I don't know.
Yes, and
you could do that and against Brian. I'll be the special guest judge.
Well, okay, I'll do that with Brian. I'd love to.
I watch Andy Griffith, but not like Brian does or you do. I mean, when it's on, I watch it.
It's a smoke fest.
So,
yeah, I don't want to embarrass Joe that bad. So
I'm actually fine. I just like talking about Andy Griffith, Brian.
I do too. Maybe we just need to have an Andy Griffith chat night. Like just talk about it.
Just talk about it. Just like a deep dive into Andy Griffith. Okay, that would be
I still watch it every week, but I'm down.
Just be good. That'd be good. That'd be good. Just to talk about it. But anyway, we do like it. Hey, so anyway, see y'all on the flip side. I want y'all to know one thing. Cowabunga. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
It's morphin' time. Good night,